and I am the self-proclaimed captain of the Climate Rescue Squad. I'm a textile recycling artist. I live in Western Massachusetts and like a really rural part of Massachusetts. And I have been making things for living out of recycled clothing since 1987, since before they had blue bins on the curb and people didn't really know what recycling meant. So I'm really like diehard. I'm into this stuff, and I'm really excited to have you with me this morning here on. I'm on Instagram, and I'm also on Facebook Live right now. So welcome everybody. It's funny, for some reason my Facebook does not give me much information about who's out there, whereas my Instagram. Hi Sarah. Hey Phyllis. I'm so glad you guys are here. There's a bunch of other people who don't have handles that you guys don't have handles that are names. So hello and welcome. And Phyllis is telling me that I'm a little like broken up and spotty for the service. So I'm going to speak slowly and hope that helps. So welcome everybody. I just have to grab a couple things because I'm a little bit disjointed this morning. Okay. So I'm working on a bunch of stuff. I don't know if you guys saw, I had a feature in the most current edition of the Yankee magazine, and welcome to all of the new folks that are joining us from that feature. It's amazing. Like, thank you for coming along. It's been so fun. There's a ton of new people on my email list, and so I'm working on a design. When people join my email list, I send out a card in the mail, which, you know, when I belong to this coaching club, and I'll tell you a little story before we start in on today's little episode, but I belong to this coaching club, and the coaching club is, you know, all about like how to market yourself online. And I'm not that, you know, my business, like I said, I started doing my business back in 1987. So I never really, you know, I went to art school. I never really took like a business class. And I never really thought too much about marketing until I was sort of in the thick of it. And then everything about marketing sort of shifted with the advent of the internet. So I'm learning about all these different platforms and ways that you can put together a really kind of attentive and cool and connected presence on the internet. And one of the things that why am I telling you this? I totally spaced out. Oh my God, you guys, I'm so sorry. Oh yes, so the coaching group. So I, you know, they have these things called lead magnets. So when someone joins your mailing list, you reciprocate by giving them something for free. And most people do something like they make a list of like the 5 best ways to recycle your t-shirt or whatever. And they send you a PDF on the email. And it's kind of funny because I was, from the very beginning, I was just like, you know, no, I want to send somebody something that's like in the mail in their hand, something from my hand to their hand. So I put together these cards that are, they're just about 6 by 9 inches, and there are screen prints that we sign and number, and we make different ones all the time. And so, and then, you know, the idea is that you get the card and you hang it up somewhere, and they have like positive, like uplifting little messages on them to just, you know, remind you that you're awesome every day when you take a look at it. And people really dig the cards that I make. So I've been working on a new one for the people who are joining my email list today. So, and there's a lot of them. So we were just talking about like, how many should we print? And it's like, more than we should have printed before the Yankee magazine was shining light on me. So that's really exciting. And if you're interested and you're, you know, sign up for my email list. It's at crispina.com, which is my website. At any rate, today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about my good friend Phyllis. And Phyllis is my best friend, and she and I went to college together back when I started my business. So she's seen every incarnation of my business, and we've been really good friends, really the whole time since college. So she lived out in San Francisco for a few years, and during that time, I was lucky enough to be doing trade shows, so I was able to get out and visit her and kick my heels up in the in San Fran with her. So that was fun. Anyway, she sends out this really cool letter, which I really just don't have my act together today, but this is the envelope. There's a letter that I'm going to find. It's in my bag, I think. Where the hell's my letter? Where's my letter? Gosh, I'm so sorry, you guys. Here it is. Yay. Okay, so Phyllis sends out a letter, and she writes a letter to Santa, and it's been a couple of years. I'm going to read you what she wrote, because I think this kind of sums up my whole thought process, and I got to put my glasses on. Okay. Hi, Santa. You still out there? First, it's dated December 2019, and it's typewritten. So it's like typed. I think she actually uses a typewriter. She certainly used to, and maybe she's got the type font on her computer, but I don't think so. Anyway, it's been a few years. Well, a couple of years since I've written. 2016, I think. I gotta say, Santa, every 3 years feels right, don't you think? Christmas might significantly, sorry, don't you think Christmas might actually make a pretty good triannual event? No, wait, triennial is what I mean. I had to look that one up. Triannual means 3 times per year. Triennial is every 3 years. So yeah, triennial. I wouldn't have to write to you for another whole 3 more years. 2022. Would that be too confusing? Santa, would you even notice if I didn't write you again until 2022? The thought of not writing to you for 3 years kind of makes me want to ask you for something really, really big, something huge. Santa, are you there? Santa, are there any kinds of limits I should know about before I put too much thought into this? Sometimes I think about all of that goodwill and Christmas cheer circling around the planet right now in cardboard boxes and bubble wrap, and it's really quite mind-boggling. What about Bezos, Santa? Are you worried that your operation may someday soon be usurped by Amazon? Then what? So this year, my family and some of my friends have actually made a conscious decision to try to keep it more simple. Yep. At this point, though, I'm not sure which is more challenging, buying gifts or not buying gifts. Santa, it's actually the consumerist frenzy that we're trying to avoid, not the gift giving. So in the spirit of not doing all that, I present you these little coupon-esque mantras. I chose some of my favorites and most simple. They are yours to clip out and do what you wish. Best of luck to you in the new year as you try to navigate through our kooky world. Love, Phyllis. And the kooky little, can you guys see this? Okay. So the mantras read, do what you love, simplify, leave no trace, unplug, less is more, plant native, be the change, think outside the box, and be present. So you guys, this is really what it's all about, right? Like, we are in a place where we have to really think about, like, what would it actually look like if humankind lived in a sustainable manner on the planet? And I think it'd be really kind of cool to figure that out. I'm not sure that there's one answer, but I know that there's a lot of people working on it. So my 2020 kind of focus is going to be to kind of gather people together who are thinking about ways that we can be sustainable in our living practices and joyous. Because I feel like if you're, we're fed so much negativity and fear and judgment and divisiveness by all kinds of media sources, and just it seems to me like there's all of those things bring us down, and they make us less able to be productive and happy people in our own lives. And productive and happy people are amazing to hang out with, and they're They like to collaborate. They like to feel empowered. They empower people. And I feel like we all have the power to be productive, happy people. So if there's something that I can do to help you feel productive and happy, please leave me a comment and let me know. And if there's something that um, you would like to learn more about that has to do with being productive and happy, maybe just pop that in a comment too. So I think that if everybody who's watching this video takes a moment to figure out one way to allow themselves to feel productive and happy, and while they're doing that, think of one thing that they might believe or have a false belief about that is not helpful to them. Like for women, in our culture, we are all taught, no matter what you look like, that you are too fat or too short or not blonde enough or whatever, and that we should feel bad about ourselves. And I kind of feel like that might actually not just be women. I think it's people. And just imagine if every time you looked in the mirror or stepped on the scale, you felt like $1,000,000 because you are awesome. Or imagine not ever stepping on the scale. Imagine just knowing that you're 100% rocking. So do that this day, okay? Take one day and just do that. Just feel freaking great because that's what you are. And I'll see you tomorrow morning live at 11. And we have until the 29th, live at 11 tomorrow, and then the following day. And then I'm going to take a little break and figure out a new series for the new year. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks for being here.